Let's go.
So hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So I'm gonna give you what you all have been waiting for, which is my update about my doctor, staff, my experience, and then after all, whole aftercare thereafter surgery at home. So without further ado, I'm just gonna get into it because I don't want this to be a long video. It's just gonna be straight to the point so you guys get it. Okay, my doctor was Dr. Jimerson from Dr. Curves, located in Atlanta, Georgia. You guys know him, like I said, as Dr. Curves. You see him all over Instagram and, you know, to the celebrities from Love and Hip Hop. Mama D go to him and all that other stuff. So I didn't choose him for that reason. I just chose him because I was looking one day for plastic surgeons, and I was looking for the best, and there was some located in Miami and Nashville and then Atlanta, Georgia. I couldn't find none where I stay, and I just don't trust the surgeons where I stay in Mississippi. That's just how I feel. So I just feel like going out somewhere where you know they're really qualified. You can see the work. You see that they take pride in what they do. That's why I made my choice with Dr. Jimerson. Now, I'm going to tell you my first meet consultation was like $100. So to meet Dr. Jimerson and just go overall on my body about what to do and what to expect. He was just straightforward, in and out. He's a nice doctor. You can tell he's really nice, but he was just straightforward. It was informative. They make you watch a 15-minute video before he comes in. And I guess Shakana was on the video, whatever. That's one of the celebrities I do remember, the Shakana, and then Johnny Blaze. And you watch that video and they tell you what to expect, how much it's going to cost, and they just go over the all extent of the aftercare, and then the, you know, pros and cons, and then it goes over the, you know, importance of what's the word, dangerous, you know. And so they do go over all this stuff that women need to know, and I'm glad that I got that. So like I said, he came in and out. He just seen my body. Mark said we're gonna do this, that, and the other. He wanted to, you know, liposuction my flanks and just pull my skin down, tighten my muscles back. So tighten up the muscles of the core. You're gonna have to reposition the belly button, pull down the skin, and then shebang, there's your tummy tuck. So, you know, in and out. The staff was pretty nice. When you first walk in, it's really welcoming. It's a really cute establishment. I'm not gonna lie, it's real. The decor is really cute, and the staff is really sweet. Right there in the, you know, consultation building, they're really sweet. So I enjoyed my in and outs. So yeah, the next thing I'm gonna talk about is the facility when I went to surgery day. Prepping up to surgery day, they make you not eat anything 24 hours before, is it 12 hours before surgery date. So you can't eat, drink, none of that nature before surgery. You have to make sure that your stomach is empty, no water, nothing. So they do send you home with a care packet on what to exactly do and expect on surgery day. So when surgery day came, I got up. My appointment was like 9 o'clock in the morning. So I got up and went to my appointment. The next thing I know, when I'm walking in the facility building, I seen a video on here that's kind of not what I saw in the facility building, which is what I think is kind of, to me, false advertising. I don't know if they paid extra for a suite or something. That may could have been it. They paid extra for a suite. But I'm going to tell you, when I went in, the first thing I went in and they gave you this baggie. And in this baggie, you're going to have your compression socks, your gown, and then you're going to have your little head net, and you're going to put all of your stuff that you came with. They're going to tell you don't come to the facility with tight clothes. I'm sorry for the kids in the background. Come with something comfortable, and so that you can leave comfortable. So I came in a black dress. I made sure I packed light. I didn't pack anything heavy in my bags. Everything was light. 3 maxi dresses, you know, because I didn't know I was going to, you know, if I was going to do any lipo. I didn't do lipo. I told them not to do the lipo because I already have a nice Coke bottle shape, you know, a coquette, okay? I have hip dips and everything, but I still have a nice Coke bottle shape, so I didn't get the lipo, therefore I didn't need drains. So I go in, put all my stuff in the bag, and make you pee in a cup because they need to know that you're not pregnant before this surgery because they're not liable. So I understand. Of course, all my stuff came back negative. Wouldn't get no nookie before then. Y'all know that. So they come and take my weight, and then we go back into the the waiting area. Now, waiting was not that long when I first got there. I'm all over the place, but I'm sorry. Waiting was not that long. It took me and my husband like 10 minutes before they called our name back. I'm not gonna lie, it was five other women there. So it was me and, you know, 4 other women there. So they called me back right after this other lady that just couldn't stop talking on her phone. Just couldn't. And I'm gonna get into that during the recovery. So they pulled me back 10 minutes later, and then we go to this room, y'all. When y'all go in this surgical center, because that's what it is, there's no privacy. Like legit, when you know how the hospitals are now doing, where there's just the curtains, like back in the day, just curtains that separates you. That's what it was like. Like probably 3 rows here and 3 rows on the other side, and then the clerk's desk right here, and then it goes rooms. Then there's rooms for other patients in the back. So I'm just wondering, was it because, you know, I didn't pay for the extra night there that they put me in that area where it was just pure curtains? Or I don't know how that worked. It didn't specify in the pamphlet, nothing of that nature. But anyway, so yeah, that's all that separates us is curtains. So me and my husband just laying there, just waiting for my doctor to come in, you know, and tell me XYZ, stand up, mark my body, which he did probably about 5 minutes later, mark my body. Next thing I know, they come in with the forms to make me sign so that, you know, they're not liable in case anything happens under anesthesia or anything of that nature. They make sure you sign on the dotted line before you get your surgery, as anyone else does, so they don't get sued. So I did. My husband's sitting in the chair, and we talked and laughed before I went in. So probably about 5 minutes later, they come back in. Are you ready? Yeah, I'm ready. So we go all the way back. I walk to the surgical room, and in this room is just like any other operation room. They got their sterile table for all the, you know, utensils they're gonna use, and then this long table for me to be stretched wide like Jesus and have my arms strapped to the table. It's cold as ice in this room. No heat on, nothing, and I'm butt naked. So they washed me up with a little sponge bath, washed me up, and then got ready to put me on the table. So they laid me down on the table after my little, I call it a whole bath. After that, and she tells me, now what we're going to do, we're going to get you right. She says, so we're going to do the anesthesia, and you're going to lay back. Now you take 1 step, 1, 2, lay back, and then you're going to count down to 3, not 10, 3. So y'all, I start counting down to 3. After that, I can remember what happened. I wake up probably about hours later back in my room. So it was that quick. And my husband was standing over me, and he was just like rubbing my head and everything, because my hair is cut, as you can see. He was just rubbing my head like, hey, how you doing? I was like, I just feel like, you know, I'm on cloud 9. I'm high. I'm drugged up on whatever they gave me. I am drugged completely up. So I couldn't feel anything, just tiny pinches here and there. But so I think that day was good because I was drugged up. And the nurses they were sweet. The ones in the facility were really sweet. And then you had a few that just little suspect. But so I'm just laying there, and let me tell y'all how the night went. You know, the anesthesia started wearing off in a couple of hours, okay? So it was not nice. It was very uncomfortable. Not to mention the bed that I was in was like cement. It was like I was laying on cement, pure cement. So you can only imagine uncomfortable, and then feeling like you got hit with a ton of bricks on your stomach, like somebody's, or you just So I'm just laying here, and I'm like, oh God, you know, she comes in, the nurse comes, you okay? Everything's all right? I was like, okay, I just need some water because you're extremely thirsty. Right after surgery, you ain't had nothing to eat, drink. So they did feed me chicken noodle soup with a can of ginger ale and some crackers. That's what I had for the first few hours all the way till nighttime. When nighttime hit, you know, visiting hours is over at like 7, so my husband would have to leave. Of course, we talked and everything before he left. And y'all, I'm just going to say, when lights was out, it just got real weird, okay? So remember, I'm in there with 4 other women. And one girl got a BBL. That's all she got. And the other two had the full mommy makeovers. Not other two. The other ones had, girl, I can't count. The other ones had full mommy makeovers. You can tell because the staff, like I said, is sheets. So you can hear everything the staff is talking about. Everything. I think that's the only thing I did not like was the whole sheet setup. Like the only thing separating us is the sheets. And I hated that. I was like, okay, I want a room, because the video I seen of the girl that posted up here on YouTube, there was a whole room separating every patient. You know, it was set up all nice and stuff. That's not what I seen when I went. It was just curtains separating us. And I'm not gonna lie, before I had to get my surgery done, they kept coming in and out to get surgical stuff right there on the side of my room. And I was just like, this is kind of getting annoying, because you can't get no sleep. You know what I'm saying? And not to mention the girl with the BBL. Lord, she wouldn't stop talking. She gets on her phone and she was talking the entire time. Like, I'm talking about, it's like 9-10 o'clock at night. People are trying to sleep straight off the surgery, and she's talking on the phone loud to her boyfriend, you know, her aunts and cousins, and we can hear the whole conversation. Of course, the nurses are talking about it as well. So it's just kind of uncomfortable, and then it's kind of getting a little irritated because, like I said, it's just curtains separating us. So I did get up and go to the bathroom within the first couple of hours. So yeah, I got up to go use the restroom. Yeah, it was so painful to just walk. It was just really painful. So I did use the restroom, and they helped me do that, but the girl never helped me wipe. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, fresh out the surgery, you're so sore that you can barely wipe. So I'm just looking around like, okay, are you gonna stand there and, you know, just look, or are you gonna help me? You helped me to the door, but you didn't kind of help me kind of get myself situated down here so I make sure everything's okay. And I think that's what bugged me, because they made sure in the pamphlet they tell you that you're gonna have extreme assistance, so you're not you're not alone. You're gonna have assistance. Maybe I didn't get that in the first hour with this one nurse who was rough as all get out, y'all. When changing me my bandages and stuff like that, she was so rough, and I'm just like, I'm looking at my husband like, this lady got one more time to roughhouse me or I'm gonna cuss her out. He can see the look on my face. The exterior look I had, baby, couldn't define my interior feelings, okay? So I'm just like, she is rough as all get out. Please just, oh, thank God they exchange nurses like every 4 hours. So I had a couple of other nurses change out within 4 hours from her. And then I had another nurse who was really nice, really sweet, gentle, made sure that, hey, do you need help? During the second time, I didn't even need help, because I was just like, I'm over. I don't want your help. I'm good. So I started wiping myself up and everything. I was doing good. But let me tell y'all, this facility is very unorganized and very unprofessional in minor ways. I could hear conversations that nobody should be hearing while trying to recover. Okay, I'm not gonna say exactly the things I was hearing, but I'm just gonna say there's just no reason why, you know, your staff should be talking about certain things while tending to other people. I mean, we not cool. We don't know y'all like that. We're patients, regardless of whether we come in here for plastic surgery or not. We're still patients. So there's just some things you need to stay professional on. And I just heard a lot of stuff that just no patient should be hearing in a recovery center. There's just some things that you don't discuss. And I think that's the only thing they need to work on. You can tell confrontation amongst the staff against each other, because all we kept hearing was bickering, arguing, and we kept hearing gossiping amongst the staff. That's the only thing I didn't like about that. Not only that, like I said, there's something about that whole facility where I don't like the fact that there's curtains separating us when there should be rooms actually accommodating all of your patients, regardless of what they paid. I think that patients deserve a separate room. That way they're not hearing other people's conversation. They're not hearing the staff's conversation. They're not hearing hate-filled stuff. You know what I'm saying? The staff was really sweet. They're sweet towards the patients, but towards each other is kind of, it's not right. You know what I'm saying? It's not right at all. So that's something they need to work on, you know, amongst themselves to make the facility a little bit better, and then to accommodate your patients. Not only that, we can't be sleeping on cement while recovering, because that's what I was sleeping on. And the stuff that they were feeding us, you could tell came out of a can, chicken noodle soup can. So the food was crappy. You literally would have to you could bring in your own food, which is thankfully, you know, I was glad my husband brought in like mandarin oranges and stuff, even though we accidentally left it there when we left. Brought in mandarin orange and stuff because the food was just, it was bland. I know that they give you light stuff to eat and things all that nature, but I'm just saying, if you gonna get that, like, come on. It's a no. It's a no. Just like I said, aftercare was the only thing that bothered me. Staff, food, and then the whole comfortability, and the old girl talking across the hall from me. Not the hall, the way from me. And you can hear her entire conversation with her dude all the way up until 4 o'clock in the morning. Don't nobody want to hear you talk to your dude, and she had gotten a BBL. So she could literally talk all day. Whereas us who only, you know, got the mommy makeovers and all that stuff, we barely even wanted to just have our eyes open, let alone hearing her conversation. I didn't like that. So there were minor things I didn't like. So when I left, you know, I was so happy. I got in the car. I was able to get in the car, thankfully. The drive was an hour away from the house. Thank God I had my grandma there to help us with our kids, because Lord knows you're going to need that help. If you don't have that help, don't get it until you get the help. So thank God my help was helping me with my children and everything else. And my husband was the one caretaking after me. I had to take a whole bottle of pills. I was able to get up to the bathroom. I had to sleep in a recliner. So that was the only good thing about it. I could sleep somewhere comfortable, but even then I wasn't fully comfortable because I was still recovering. So the second week when it came towards me going back for a checkup, that I didn't like that as well either, because I thought I was going to see face to face my doctor, my surgeon. I didn't, and that kind of pissed me off, because when I'm paying money out of my pocket, you know, to have you according, you know, you're well known and stuff, I'm expected to still be able to see you, just to make sure everything's okay with my body, because you did the surgery. So I didn't get to see him, and that kind of pissed me off. It was a nurse there. She was very sweet, but she was just telling me things I already knew. Not only that, taking pictures. So my second follow-up was all about pictures, and I didn't like that. I'm not a person just to be there for pictures. No, I want to make sure that my incision looks well, everything is healing accordingly, because she didn't even say none of that either. She just told me what I needed to do continuous with the aftercare, which I already know because I got a big old pamphlet for it. So I didn't like that. That's what kind of turned me off as well. So I say, if you're going to get surgery from him, at your discretion, do it. If you got to pay a whole lot just to see his face and see him afterwards, do it. But I just feel like it shouldn't take all that just to see somebody who you've trusted to do such a major surgery. So I expect that to be changed by the time any other woman sees this video. Just make sure that, you know, you're talking to him one-on-one, saying this is what you want done and this is how you want the procedure to go afterwards in your next follow-up. I want to be able to see you, talk to you one-on-one, just in case I have any concerns, not to go through your nurse to get to you, but to get to you, and then hopefully later on get to your nurses. So I didn't like that aspect, but whatever. So even after that, I had to take all my stuff off and have her just take pictures, only to not be able to, you know, kind of have new bandages put back on. That's another thing that annoyed me. But anyway, so leaving that and going home on the 5-hour ride home, I had to get out every 2 hours, circulate my legs so there's no blood clots, because that is serious. They'll tell you that even when you're flying planes, do the motion dance so that you're having things circulate if you can't, you know, walk up and down the aisles or whatever, which you can't in an airplane. So in the car, I got out every 2 hours, and then I did the little dance in the car. So that was a good drive home. I'm glad I did have the help in Atlanta, Georgia. The only sad part is I couldn't bring that home with me, and I think that's the only thing that sucked, because we don't have here help at home. We don't. So it's just my family, and we don't have help here to just kind of help me with my kids in the background. So I had to take each day slowly. My house looks a mess. So when I get in full recovery mode, I'm going to attack my house like a whirlwind to clean. So it's been easier. When I got home, I was able to sleep during the first night home. But the second night, I slept in a recliner. No, the first night I slept in a recliner. The second night I slept in my bed. So I was so happy to get in my bed. I just propped my feet up underneath pillows, and I was able to sleep like a baby throughout the entire night. all the way till now, the healing process is going, y'all. It's a lot better than it was before. Like I said, I'll take this body over my body before, okay? I'll take this stomach over any time my stomach before, because I'm going to place before and after pictures in here for y'all to see how dramatic and drastic of that change that was, and how proud I am of my body now as I was back then, but more confident now. So if you're going to get this procedure, I'd recommend, one, being demanding, but in a nice way, telling them what you want to see before and afterwards. Don't go in there with unrealistic expectations. He's going to let you know that. That's not where you're gonna get anyway. So be realistic about what you want your results to look like. Me, I know I wasn't gonna go in there looking like Chewbacca and coming out looking like J-Lo. So I knew what to expect. I was gonna go in there looking like myself, coming out looking like myself. So I still have minor stretch marks and everything, but I'm okay with that, because it still scars from my beautiful battle with bringing life into the world. So I'm glad I got to keep some of those. They're around my belly button, but who cares? I don't. Like I said, the transformation is very drastic and is 100% mine, and I love it. So I am going to share that with y'all here. But like I said, just make sure that you stay on top of your doctor, so that you have the aftercare that you need. I'm sorry for my kids. You have the aftercare that you need, so that you're not feeling alone, and that your doctor is not, you know, being hands-on, not understanding, hands-on. So they do call you every 2 weeks post-op from your surgery. Other than that, I'm so happy with my results, and hopefully I was able to help y'all in this video. I can't think a whole lot because I am still in semi-discomfort, and not only that, you got my kids screaming in the background, and it's Sunday, y'all, so hopefully I got past enough to help you make that decision. Another thing I just want to get out the way is, y'all, it's not as bad as these girls are playing it to be. You just need help. That's all I'm going to say. Now, I don't know everybody's pain tolerance. I know mine. See, I thought it was going to be something crazy. But no, ma'am. After surgery, I was taking it like a G. Like I said, took only 2 painkillers. That was it. So it's not extreme like most girls are, you know, pulling it out to be. It's a good experience up into all the way to the healing process is done. So you're not going to see results like you want to see until like 6 months to a year, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the results I'm seeing now, baby. Slim, thick, with your, y'all know the rest. So I'm happy with my results. So I'm gonna get off this camera because my kids acting a pure donkey in the background, and I gotta go regulate, okay? So it's been fun, it's been real. I shall catch you in my next video, which hopefully is going to be a clothing haul of clothes that I could not wear before because of my mom bod, and that I can wear now. So I can't wait to share that with y'all, and I'm really extremely happy about that. So hopefully I covered everything. Hopefully. If I didn't, ask me in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to definitely answer it for y'all. Y'all, I'm trying to get back in front of the camera, but it's so hard. You got kids going on in the background acting a donkey, and you got all this other stuff going on. So hopefully I can just get back behind the camera and y'all not hate me or, you know, unsubscribe from me or anything of that nature. But it's been fun. It's been real. I love y'all. I'm gonna see y'all in my next one. Bye.